that several Japanese banks are present in Indonesia, but these Japanese banks, they will not have the national reach because they are a global bank. So as a global bank, they will probably prioritize only the very big cities, Jakarta, and the most maybe like Surabaya, that's it. But we, as CIMB Niaga, we are present in all the major cities in Indonesia because we have almost 700 branches. So we believe that by working closely, with our Japanese the Japanese desk that serves, for example, the middle tier company that serves, the big Japanese corporate, and also to work closely with the Japanese banks here, there is a niche that we can fulfill to our mutual benefit. One small example, is that I believe not all the Japanese banks will have rupiah credit card. Because to have a credit card, it requires some investment. You must have a customer base. So we can easily, cooperate with a Japanese bank to offer credit card, where actually we do all the system, the setup, and then with their customer. It's just one example of collaboration. Another example is in the area of cash management. For the Japanese companies that are outside of Jakarta, they can actually, deal with us on behalf of the Japanese bank. So there are many areas of cooperation. And please also take note that we are privileged, to be the beneficiary of Bagi. The CIMB group was allocated about $200 million, or $300 million now, you see, of Bagi funding, of which about $100 or $125 million is allocated to CIMB Niaga to support companies that have Japanese element in their business. So 200. Oh, 200 now. Oh, 125. Very good, you see? So we have 2/3 of the whole allocation for the CIMB group. that you can appreciate how potential is the Japanese element business in Indonesia. The Bagi loan is used, can be a Japanese company, can be a company that exports to Japan, company that uses Japanese products, company that sells to Japanese buyers in Indonesia, anything that has Japanese element. Company that uses Japanese products, also can. So very, very, very flexible.
That's one of the reasons you were establishing is from Korea or other countries.
Well, over the years, Japan has played, a very positive role in the development of the Indonesian economy. And as you can see, there is quite a sizable number, of Japanese professionals, working, living in Indonesia. And there are also many big Japanese businesses, who are here. So I think it's only appropriate that we position ourselves, to be a local bank that have expertise in relating to the Japanese business. Yes. And from a group standpoint, the BPMU is one of our shareholders in the CIMB group. So inherently, we already have, this connection that we should take advantage of. Right?
Corporate.
Well, in many ways, So if BPMU is a bank in Jakarta, I mentioned to you we can cooperate by providing cash management to their customers. We can cooperate by doing co-financing with their customers. We can cooperate in the consumer space by offering, our credit cards for their customers to use for rupiah. So there are cooperate. We can also exchange information because, for banks, very important, to understand the customer, and information can be gathered among banks. So we can easily do that. For dollar syndication, Japanese banks, have also the strength in providing very, very good rates in dollar financing. We are strong in rupiah. Sometimes, foreign banks, including Japanese banks, do not have enough rupiah funding. So there are many areas of cooperation. We don't see ourselves as a foreign bank. That is, I believe, is our strength. You see, we are a local bank with a strong foreign support. Because if a real foreign bank, many of the decisions and the policies have to be aligned with the global head office. One easy example, if you look at, say, there is a British bank, going to expand here, but because problems in London, we decided to reduce globally, which includes Indonesia. Because the global banks, all decision is from the headquarters, can be in New York, can be in London. If New York say, we have to reduce 50,000 people around the world, then every country is affected, right? But for CIMB Niaga, all the decision is in Indonesia, because we are a local bank, by history, by presence, by intention. But a local bank that is part of an ASEAN franchise called CIMB Group. So there, in a way, we are unique. We are uniquely positioned because we are local, yet in a way also very foreign. Why I say that? Because we have the CIMB Group that is there to support us to grow successfully in Indonesia. Credit decisions are made in Jakarta. They are not made overseas. Strategies are prepared and decided in Jakarta, not overseas. But in supporting the strategy, the group will also lend their support in terms of expertise or technology or also additional capital. So that gives us a unique advantage against the foreign bank. So we are both local and foreign. combo. The center of gravity has moved from the Atlantic to the Pacific. And when we say the Pacific, the engine will be, China, Japan, Korea, Indonesia, of course India, Behind us, the countries like, Vietnam, catching up, Because one big reason is that this region is endowed with a young population. In Indonesia, more than 60% of the population are in the productive age. And 75% of the population are below 55 years old. Yes. Actually, there is an opportunity because, I believe there's a big opportunity, like say for the government to train skilled people like nurses, drivers, and they can work in countries like Japan. But they must learn Japanese. Yeah. I see that future business. Indonesia, must really develop infrastructure. Indonesia must exploit its resource endowment. Indonesia must really take advantage of tourism because of rich and beautiful country, but not enough, tourist infrastructure. Yeah. These are areas, that the government must really pay attention. But if we have a very strong infrastructure and also tourism infrastructure, that is all, very good. Indonesia must also export skilled labor. Not just housekeepers, but nurses, technicians, drivers, operators.